The average Left 4 Dead 2 game has you and your teammates killing a few thousand infected. Violence and chaos is around every corner in this game, and I think that's wrong. What message is it sending to us, and especially our children, the future generations who are meant to lead the world to a better, brighter future? Should we really be telling them that violence is the solution, and that we should abandon our fellow man in times of hardship? No. Not anymore. I want to be part of a change, so I'm going to show you new ways to play this abhorrent video game. Here's the rules. 1. I cannot attack or damage infected or teammates whatsoever, no shoving and no grenades. 2. I cannot finish a campaign by myself, no man left behind. And 3. We're going to be trying to do this on expert difficulty. Let's start with the first Left 4 Dead campaign, Mercy. I spawn in on a rooftop with my violent friends and immediately look for the route of least resistance to spare as many of these poor souls as possible. I forgot this was patched. So I was forced to proceed as the game wanted, which quickly ran us into our first moral conundrum. I can't get past the infected without them killing me or me killing them. So my only method of progressing is backtracking or waiting until these sickos come to me and then they kill the infected. You could argue this is me causing the deaths of the infected and... yeah, pretty much. So I suppose my lesson about violence not being the solution needs to be altered a bit. Violence is not the answer, unless you really need it and someone else can do it for you, which would be ideal. We progress through the apartments and I do my best to draw these poor souls away, offering them some comfort through my reassuring eyes before they're gunned down. And here is when we run into a pretty common issue. Left 4 Dead 2 likes to spawn hordes. This happens basically in every segment of the map if you linger for long enough. And since I'm taking as much of a passive role as I can without just not playing the game, we wind up drawing a lot of these hordes in. In these situations, all I can do is sit back and watch my team fight valiantly against the infected, assisting them when I can. After the initial horde, I quickly realised how often I would be going down. Despite us having very different methods, my teammates still follow my lead, so I'm constantly put in situations where I need to run into a room and get my shit pushed in, so that the rest of the guys can follow and then save me. As we continue through the apartment, we're introduced to two of the most problematic special infected for this challenge, the Boomer and the Witch. The Witch is the simpler of the two to cover. She blocks our path, and since I don't have access to the barbaric tactics of crowning or burning, we pretty much always have to just draw her aggro and accept that someone's gonna die. It's not very pacifist to provoke the emotionally distressed into attacking, but I mean sometimes that's just what you have to do. So, make that another lesson. Now for the Boomer. This jolly fellow absolutely breaks the AI's brain. Usually you'd just shove and pop, right? Well, the AI is very hesitant to do that. Many situations where they endlessly shove Boomers away but don't kill them, leaving them free to chip away at our health, spawn hordes, and just generally be a nuisance. You may notice after this Boomer attack that Zoe and Lewis didn't do a very good job keeping this zombie off me. Well, Lewis, to be fair, was distracted beelining to bring Bill back from the dead, but Zoe, yeah, sometimes when the AI is reviving you, they'll just leave whatever's pummeling you into the dirt alive. Their attention spans and priorities are a bit fucked. I can't really say much, to be fair. All I'm doing is running around watching them die, so maybe this is just their way of getting back at me. After nearly dying to one zombie with my ally right there, we make it to the end of the level and, well, everything just fell apart. And as my friends fell to the ground, I panicked and gave in to my old vices. I considered removing the option to shove or attack, but I don't really think that's right. I believe that I can overcome this sickness of mine with sheer willpower. So after relapsing, I killed myself and started over. Things did not go very smoothly the second time around. We were only in the second room with 2 in-caps under our belt. And once again we had a witch in our path. After trying to draw my teammates into her, I eventually just hopped around and Lewis got insta-killed as I scrambled to avoid Mario stomping any of the infected. This didn't work. And this was unfortunately not the last time such an incident would occur. Now, I won't lie to you, I nearly gave into the temptation of ignoring my sins and continuing, but that wouldn't be right. 2 resets. Sometimes the bots don't like to follow me very well, so I get into situations like this. It's rather annoying. I tried to just bum rush through. After all, this might free me of potentially drawing the infected to their death. Holy fuck! A tank. Wow, I've never seen one spawn here. Maybe this is some divine punishment for my transgressions. Whatever it is, it ended the run very quickly. 3 resets. I got fucked immediately this run. I don't always have the best strategies, I'll admit that straight away, so I'm not claiming I'm playing flawlessly or anything. I've gone down twice now, but hey, maybe this is still the run where we beat this level. The first level. Zoe startled the witch this time, and then things fell apart again on the street, leading to me getting downed and then smoked, which I've never seen before. I went down once again as Bill rescued Zoe, and we made our way to the safe room. 4th time was the charm. Finally, a level has been beaten. Wait, 1 kill? What? How? When? Let's run the tape back. Maybe when I got downed and smoked, the zombie that downed me got stomped because of some weird hitbox stuff. Maybe I jumped on this guy's head right as Lewis and Zoe were shooting him. I don't quite know. Either way, this run has been invalidated. Wonderful. 4 resets. The next run went pretty smooth actually, a couple downs here and there, but ultimately a clean victory. Maybe if I play my cards right, this game won't be too bad this way. The subway. There's an immediate obstacle in the subway with this big hole in the ground. If I'm not careful, I'll Mario stomp a zombie and have an immediate reset. My strategy became hopping to this ledge or this corner and waiting for my friends to take care of things. Once they did, we made it down the stairs, they let me go down and Lewis got smoked. We're not off to the best start, really. Things went fairly smoothly, corralling infected as my teammates got some better gear, and then a horde came. Bill was positioned awkwardly, a boomer flanked us, and things quickly went wrong with my flank not being covered, and I was killed. 5 resets. Heal everyone up with the excess medkits, and on we go. A rather uneventful run until we get a witch. I tried to feed Bill to her, but Lewis got instead. Without a third man, the group was kinda fucked. I healed Zoe and, ooh, we got Lewis back. Lovely. But we're still faced with this awkward big-ass room. Loads of pillars and usually loads of zombies. Not an issue in a normal playthrough, but expert pacifism made this whole area very annoying. We made it to the generator room, though in decent condition, topped up on pills, and started the crescendo event. It did not go well. You see, the problem with holdout events is the AI doesn't cover their or other people's flanks very well, nor do they spread out, they just kinda hang around me and I ain't doing shit. So when we're facing waves of hordes and I can't contribute, things go wrong very easily. It's ultimately all down to positioning and luck more than anything here. 6 resets. I went down outside the safe room because I'm an idiot, and then we got an early tank spawn. Fighting a tank down here is not ideal. I hoped we could maybe avoid him, that he was on the other side of the train and out of our line of sight, but no, so the fight ensued. I have some PTSD from completing these campaigns on Expert with bots, so I remember very well how badly they deal with tanks. If someone goes down, usually they're right next to the tank, and every bot will just stand by their fallen friend to try and revive them as the tank either incaps them, or kills the friend then incaps them. So whenever facing a tank on Expert, especially with bots, you need to treat it like some kind of board game. Your main job has to be arranging your teammates. They need to follow you and stay away from the tank and any rocks he throws. You cannot rely on them on their own to do this. Some areas make this easy, the subway does not. We were quickly separated, Bill went down, and everyone stood nearby the tank as we died. 7 resets. Heal, out, tank, fuck. 8 resets. I Mario stomped this lady. It was immediate and I barely realized.
You got it. Damn it!
9 resets. Come on, you silly little buggers, get up. Alright, now that we're all back together, there's a tank. Great. Awesome. Lewis goes down, I run away, Zoe goes down, I run back, get stuck, the tank killed. Oh, never mind. Yeah, there we go. 10 resets. Things go smoothly enough. Then tank. 11 resets. It was at this point that I started to doubt what I was doing. I'm here to propose new ways of dealing with conflict and minimizing harm, so why am I playing on expert, putting my friends through as much suffering as possible? And for what? To say that we accomplished something difficult? Sure, there's something to say about overcoming the most immense adversity with such strict adherence to your morals, but that's something to be said by someone with more patience and storage space than I have. So I've bumped the difficulty down to advanced. Is Left 4 Dead 2 beatable on expert under pacifist rules? Probably, but fuck that. A nice smooth run through the subway ensues. Things get a little hairy in the pillars, but we're making it. 6 resets and a difficulty decrease later, we are back in the generator room. In a very unfortunate turn of events, I got smoked at the same time Bill got jockeyed. Zoe and Lewis saved me, but I can't defend myself against the horde, and now Bill's being taken downstairs. I prolonged my suffering as much as possible, but inevitably went down to specials and commons, and there was no hope of them getting back to me in time. 12 resets. Yeah, same Lewis. Watch this. Lewis, the fuck, man. We had a witch right inside the generator room this time, but since we were on advanced now, she didn't guarantee death. So as long as the remaining survivors kill her, I can rescue Zoe.
You're fine, Zoe.
Well, now it's just the 3 of us. Well, no, the 2 of them, with some emotional support. Didn't go very well. 13 resets. We had a boomer in the pillar room this run, making things pretty awkward since there's a lot of commons that can be riled up and flank us while these guys just shove the boomer endlessly. None of that really wound up happening though, because I ran over this man and killed him. The holdout actually went okay, but I knew that progressing here would be fraudulent. 14 resets. We have a tank again, it's been a little while. The pillar room ain't the worst place to fight him. Starts a little sloppy, but if I can just provide some support. 15 resets. Finally, we succeeded in the holdout, and had a tank right behind the gate. We did somehow defeat him, but I'd shoved the zombie earlier trying to give health to Lewis, so yeah. Speaking of Lewis, when I ran ahead to Seppuku, he just completely abandoned Zoe to come and revive me. Witch in generator room. Bill died, and Zoe waited a very long time to revive me. I think the platforms kind of break the AI, but it could also just be, you know, everything I've not done to help them manifesting a bit. With some reviving on my part as these 2 warriors held the front line, we survived with a holdout, but a lingering boomer caused some issues. Nonetheless, I revived Bill, and the bile wave was cleared. Finally, we've made it out, and done so legitimately. We're finally free. Oh, come on, man. I lured him back to the generator room, and with the coordination from myself and the firepower from the 3 musketeers, we brought this big fucker down. It was a real struggle after this, though. We were worn down and hordes kept coming, but we made it. Onto the street, the rain finally washing over our filthy skin after so long. We just had to make it into that door, and it was over.
Safe house ahead.
Sadly, a combination of bad special spawns driving me away from the safe room and my teammates beelining for it led to my death, right at the finish line. We'd been stuck in the subway for an hour now, and I've even gone as far as to compromise on the premise of this challenge just to make it this far, and it all just ends like that. Fuck. Almost immediate tank. Great. I guess we're just never getting out of here. Here's the full fight, because it's actually kind of fun. We had a bit of a brawl after this, where we get Zoe back only for her and Bill to prioritise me over Lewis and just completely fail him, so now we've just kind of swapped a life for a life. After this, Zoe went down and things just totally fell apart until the hunter got me. 18 resets. This was our best run so far. We completed the generator with 3 medkits and a solid average of health, but of course we had another tank. And we ring around the rosied this motherfucker so hard. His ring was thoroughly rosied. It was at this point that we, except me, locked in and truly started to dominate the game. I was using myself as a human shield for my team whenever possible, and with the power of friendship we finally escaped the subway after nearly an hour and a half. The sewer. Next level? What next level? We ran up to the storage room, held out, stayed in green the whole fucking way, then things got a little messy with a boomer and a witch, the usual game-breaking duo, but we got Lewis back and carried on. They didn't follow me downstairs, so I got curb stomped for a little bit. This weird thing happened. And with only a minor hiccup or two, we made it to the hospital first fucking try. The hospital. I was dreading the elevator holdout event. The minute or so leading up usually ain't too bad, but there's just nowhere good to go upstairs. Not without any grenades to ensure exit to this back room. So, how did this go? Well, have a look.
And let me hear it. Here, take this. I'm down! Need a little help over here! It's killing me! Look out!
Stay still, I can help you.
Get on the elevator! Get to the elevator!
Bill found some laser sights, not too sure where, and we made it to the roof and limped to victory. Rooftop finale. We made it. We've made it. We've almost completed No Mercy by showing mercy. Now just the hard part had to be completed. Somehow I had to make these chuckle fucks survive 4 waves of commons and specials along with 2 tanks and get them all out of here alive. We held out here and it went pretty well until the tank. We got him taken care of pretty cleanly, but the problem here was not being able to get back to our safe spots in time. This usually spells death for any run reliant on bots, and it was no different here. We never made it back to our spot, we scrambled, and by the time the second tank showed up, we had no chance. 19 resets. Next attempt, Lewis got smoked and Bill couldn't get up the ladders. So I just reset, but look here. Bill had a chance to save Lewis here, but he abandoned him to get me. So, if I didn't, understandably, presume it was over and jump to my death, we could have maybe made it out on this attempt. Well, 20 resets. We made it to the roof and I looked away for a moment as a horde rocked up, and yeah, I don't even know what went down here. After how badly things went after the first tank on the first run, and our total lack of health and health kits here ensured we'd have at most 2 for the finale, I decided to just reset again.
Thanks, man. All right!
Hello Subway. Tank in generator room. Zoe gone. We all gone. 21 resets. Tank in pillar room. We got fucked pretty good, but we survived and then died anyway. 22 resets. Very unfortunate timing here where Zoe got pounced, but Bill and Lewis were way behind, so she just got totally obliterated. And then we got another tank. Here's the whole fight.
Weapons over here! Thanks, I'm here. Hold on! I'm on my way! Weapons here! Come on! You got it! Come on! Get up! Help! It's killing me! How you doing? Fine. Thanks a lot. Hold up, I got something for you. Weapons over here! Weapons over here! Anybody out there?
Anyone out there?
I'm here.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Come on, get up!
Got it.
I think I played that rather well, to be honest with you. I'm quite proud of that.
Hold on.
Got a med kit for the generator room holdout, which was very handy, and here's that in full, because it was pretty fucking nuts too.
Reloading! Get ready! Look out! Thanks. Get my back. Sounds like a smoker.
Bill completely locked in there. What a G. Medkit in the office came in handy too, and we made it back out onto the street. Had a little bit of trouble, but made it back to the 3rd level. Fuck you, Subway. Get away from me. Forever. The sewer.
Share his life for me.
Now, I hate to say this, but those first runs where we made it through the sewer and the hospital first try, total flukes. Storage room strat that paid dividends last time, Zoe got smoked and jockeyed, everyone freaked out and scattered like bugs, including me, and I stomped on the jockey. Didn't kill, but since this can kill infected, I consider this damage and I reset. $23 resets. Alright, next attempt. Let's see how this one starts. We handled it pretty well. The holdout went pear-shaped when a spitter reorganized us and I got smoked all alone. Bill thankfully teleported to me, but I made an all too familiar mistake yet again. This is just a very awkward area to move in for this challenge, and hanging out alone feels like a death sentence either for myself or for these fellas, so yeah. I don't know what I really could have done here, but I definitely didn't do the right thing. 24 resets. No tank this time, but my go-to holdout for this event totally failed because Zoe didn't make it into the room. I'll be honest, I was losing it a bit here, so feeling it would go to shit, I didn't try terribly hard, and eventually, once shit did hit the fan, I just reset. 25 resets. I decided to replicate the most consistent generator room strat and hold out in the corner facing mostly open space. The bots blew up the gas pumps, which was pretty cool. This charger just made me feel kinda bad. A boomer caused some issues and then a tank caused even more. We ran to the yard to kite him around. Bill got insted by a rock hitting a forklift into him, and from here it was just a total mess, but eventually the big man went down. A boomer spawned in the alleyway along with a horde from the other side, and then we had to deal with the high IQ stealth of the boomer.
Everyone ready?
I learned my lesson somewhat from getting downed by the stairs, but mistakenly funneled us into this room as a spitter spawned. This didn't end well. We limped on though, and nearly made it back to the hospital when... Ugh. 26 resets. A boomer wrecked the team in the office, then after we recovered, a spitter wrecked us even further. We got another boomer. Bill forgot that he can look to his right and died. Then a witch spawned on the stairs, because of course it fucking did. Lewis takes the hit for Zoe and she decides to not at all bother with killing the witch, who continues freaking out in the alleyway as we fight a charger and resurrect Bill. I got dog-walked in the stairwell, Bill failed Zoe as I rescued Lewis, and after all that, we got a tank. 27 resets. Tank at the start again. Yippee. Bill and Lewis blew up Zoe. They died. I died. 28 resets. Pretty standard run here, went totally fine. Hell, good even. A witch got Lewis, but we managed to save him thanks to Bill, and not thanks to Zoe whatsoever yet again. Empty sewer room. Oh my, this is actually working. Minimal issues in the sewer themselves, just gotta get upstairs now. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. 29 resets. Station, lift, storage, spitter. Tank. Lewis and Zoe get stuck in the alleyway, and yeah. One dead Zoe later, and I shoved a zombie. At this point, it was becoming clear I was too tilted to continue, so I went to the shop and grabbed my wife some snacks before coming back and seeing if I could sneak in enough attempts to beat the challenge before bed. 30 resets in, I came back starting at the 3rd level, not the first one. Since we were at full health, I started off not letting us get tier 2 weapons, but I gave that up pretty quickly because I thought it was kinda dumb. This challenge is hard enough after all. We held out in the garage, and after the holdout, I got fucked by this zombie who they just refused to kill. In the boiler room, it was a total shit show. We clawed our way out of it though, and were rewarded with another tank. We tried to outrun it, and my selfish ways started calling back to me. Just take the adrenaline and run. Just do it. You're still not killing anything. And shamefully, I gave in a bit. I wasn't totally abandoning them, I just needed to get us upstairs, you know? So I just took the adrenaline and I ran.
It's not gonna get any better, you know.
31 resets. I shoved a zombie trying to hand out pills. I then failed at killing myself just to really enhance the shame, and I was so done I was shoving and shooting zombies just to reset once again. 32 resets. Let's see if I can finally pull myself together. "33 resets. I face the wall, reducing the damage my enemies deal to me. I am unbothered. They are seething. Guys, fucking thank you. Jesus. We gotta tank this run. Okay, yeah, that was fair. 34 resets. You know, it's been a minute. Let's watch some boomer shenanigans.
We got weapons over here!
Boomer!
Oh, you guys are so silly.
It's just you and me.
Hot fire!
Okay, I admittedly got a little bit frustrated with this challenge. In my defense, the reset counter is at 35, and I've already lowered the difficulty. Sure, some of these resets were throws, but most if not all of these were due to things being, frankly, fucked. The first thing in the morning I tried again, and things went bad. I got cornered, but we just about recovered, rescued Bill, and I went the long way despite abandoning my team to unlock the shortcut. The Ninja Boomer returned, but he's a bit washed now. Zoe had a bit of trouble, and when handing out pills, this happened. It wasn't visually clear, but this sound effect confirmed to me that I had unfortunately shoved an infected off to the side. So, reset. Had an interesting witch spawn this time, and if I do say so myself, found a pretty good solution to her.
Witch!
Hey, look at me. I'm a fucking god gamer.
Oh, damn it, I'm down!
We huddled in the corner and survived the holdout. I waited in the office for everyone, but I guess jumping in this corner broke them, and they only followed me once I was smoked. After this we made our way to the boiler room, and I heard a tank. We were pretty heavily supplied, so we managed to just about survive this, but then we got a real bad horde and special spawn, and we were fragmented, and our pretty solid health was just whittled way down. I tried to have my boys shoot the infected on the ladder, but Zoe ended up on top, and it just all went to shit. 37 restarts. Restarts? Restarts? 37 resets. Oh my. Smooth standard run until... Now that wasn't even my fault. Come on, that was purely bad timing. 38 resets. Things just went badly this time around. I made the stupid decision to change position due to the spitter, and crossing the street just ruined everything. Awful play on my part. 39 resets. Early tank, baby. I scraped my crew off the ground once he was dead, and we soldiered on with the crescendo yet to be completed. A spitter separated us in the storage room, I went down, and Lewis and Zoe abandoned Bill to save me. Then Lewis went down, and eventually Zoe saved me. So, I thought, hoped, reasonably assumed, she would save Bill, who was far closer than Lewis. No. I went for Lewis and Zoe followed me. So Bill died. Slowly, all alone, and for really no reason at all. We got Bill back and he totally botched saving Lewis and Zoe, but hey, we all survived, so it don't matter too much, and to be fair, he was probably a bit mad. I got jockeyed in the boiler room, and jockeys break the survivor AI, so I went down into the black and white, but Zoe patched me up and we were finally, fucking finally out of the sewer again. The hospital. Now, in case you forgot, I said us clearing levels 3 and 4 was a fluke the first time. Yeah, we're not getting out of this one easily either. And you can probably guess where we died most of the time. Clearing corridors was a little annoying, the AI doesn't stay terribly close at the best of times, and dragging zombies from tight corners is risky, but it never backfired too badly, just made progressing here a bit tedious. An unfortunate witch spawn spelt the end of Zoe, and the holdout in the back room was about as sloppy as you'd imagine. Spitters are just awful here, man. 40 resets. Very early tank this time around. It did not end well. 41 resets. I tried to play medic in the holdout, but the infected were just too much. We were split into different rooms and I couldn't get people back up. 42 resets. We had a nice shortcut to the back room this time. Didn't matter though. 43 resets. Early tank, very early in fact. He aggroed in the stairwell and somehow got behind us. It didn't end well. What a shocker. 44 resets. Ooh, a Dead Rising reference. Nice. I like that game. A lot. Not so much the second one though. I might make a video on that one day. Anywho, Witch killed Lewis, tried to heal Zoe, instead I shoved a zombie and I jumped from a great height. 45 resets. Tank. Managed to escape him and get Zoe up. But it didn't matter. 46 resets. Check this out. Pretty effective way to clear a horde if I do say so myself. I don't know what happened here. I ran to the back room and the spitter I knew was there sabotaged everything. To be fair, awful play on my part. The holdout never really even started, everyone just got stuck in the hallway with me watching. And when it was just me and Lewis, before I could even debate leaving him, I got charged. I'm pretty sure he'd have to be dead for me to leave anyway, and then I wouldn't be able to handle any of the infected on the roof. But I want it on the record, I did not necessarily decide to leave. I just nearly did. 47 resets. Witch killed Bill, held out at the lift, it didn't work at all. 48 resets. The holdout was hairy as usual, but thanks to this hunter getting totally stuck, we nearly survived. Sadly, Zoe was using pistols and... I don't know really, I don't know what happened here. 49 resets. Alright, you gotta watch this run, it's fucking crazy.
Sometime. Watch out! Someplace around here. Get on the elevator! Charger! Let me heal you up. God damn it, I'm getting seriously foobar.
Things like this never end well.
Hey, come on, cheer up. We're almost through.
Lewis.
We are unstoppable. That's right, we should call ourselves the Unstoppables. Nothing can stop us. Do you hear me? Nothing can stop us!
Oh! We need to get some first
Oh, God.
I think I'm going home.
I'm
at
gonna
once.
die.
I have no idea if that dialogue always runs this way when they're on low health, but fuck me, that was comedy gold. I made myself the shield for my wounded friends as we made our way through the roof, but I knew what was coming. What always arrives here? A tank. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you what you think of what happened next.
Safe house! Get in here! Everyone inside! Quit pissing around and get in here! You and me gotta find some tougher friends. Come on, ladies! Everyone inside!
In my mind, I did my best to help them, and it was clearly an unsalvageable situation, and I had the opportunity to end this level. Now, desperation was absolutely a factor here, and I'm certainly not claiming to have acted completely in line with the principles of this challenge. I think this is grey, though, not a complete betrayal. If I stuck around and hadn't led the tank to me, we would all have died and been set back to square one again. If you believe I completely betrayed the no man left behind principle, then fair enough. Either way, we are finally free of the hospital and back to the rooftop finale. It didn't get off to a good start. I went down before we even reached the rooftop, but when we did, I nestled in the back corner of the main building's roof and we held out. Things went relatively well, and we managed to eliminate the first tank with some decent health left over, but sadly everything fell apart on the third and fourth waves of infected. The AI is inconsistent with healing and we were low on medkits, so the overwhelming force of the infected got the better of us. I tried desperately to salvage things here, but to no avail. 50 resets. A much sloppier first and second wave of infected left us a total mess for when the tank showed up. Devoid of any extra health kits, once the fight began, the ultimate result here was a foregone conclusion. This basically couldn't have worked out. Tank down, 2 of our people on their last legs, we were overwhelmed once again. 51 resets. I tried something different this time and let the initial horde come to the safe room door. Worked out okay, until it didn't. Then I wound up Mario stomping some infected because, I don't know, I was looking for different places to hold out, something stupid like that. My brain was fried at this point. 52 resets, and I made another decision here. I was nearly 5 hours deep into this challenge. The bots can only do so much, and I didn't see a reasonable way out of this campaign for us if we stayed on advanced difficulty. I'm aware how disappointing this is, trust me, I feel it greatly, but I really don't have the time, storage, or desire to continue something with a very slim possibility of success. I'd probably feel differently if I had more of an active role in what goes down, but yeah, I'm more or less watching the same scenario play out over and over again. It's like an AI demonstration at this point, and the AI can only do a certain amount of things before it's over. And there's only so much I can do to help the bots with this rule set. So, is No Mercy, and particularly the finale, completable with pacifist rules on advanced difficulty? Almost certainly, but that's not something I'm accomplishing today. The following finale was, frankly, a breeze. The tanks are made of paper and the damage received is negligible. When the helicopter finally arrived to end this ordeal, I felt little to no satisfaction. So, while I have completed this campaign without killing any infected, at least in my successful runs, ignore those 3, they don't count, I may have to come back one day and right my wrongs here and do this on a harder difficulty. But that's No Mercy. I hope you enjoyed this video, it was very fun to make, and I'll see you next time when I tackle Crash Course. Have a good day.